as we get the show underway this evening. The Sheffield Bulldogs lead the Waterloo Cougars right now 43-6. Fife Red Devils enjoying a 42-0 lead over Plainview. That one is in the fourth quarter already, and I imagine they are using a running clock in that one if they are already in the fourth quarter. Hatton over East Lawrence right now. That one in the third, 28-7. Lauderdale County and Lexington in the third. That one is tied at 7. Austin and Gardendale are tied at 7 in the third quarter. That is a big one. Gardendale comes in to on the evening. That is a big one. That obviously Austin in Class 7A. We'll see what Jeremy Perkins and company have in store for Gardendale tonight. But right now that one is tied at 10 in the third quarter. Other scores, Brewer trailing Sardis, or Sardis leading Brewer right now in the third, 12-7. Scottsboro has taken a 21-14 lead over Priceville. Good Hope leading Addison right now 14-6. Hansville over Lawrence County 14-7. Let's see if we can continue on with some of these scores. Here we go. Mars Hill Bible in Russellville. This one is a good one. In the third quarter, Russellville clinging to a 3-point lead over Mars Hill, 20-17. Sylvania over Pisgah, 20-7 in the third. It's Southeastern over Crossville, 28-9. Ardmore all over Elkmont, 35-0. Last score we had there was in the half. That's 35-0. Boaz over Southside at half. They're tied at 6. Boaz and Southside. Florence and Minor, that's a big one. Florence 28-9 at the half over Minor. Florence has gotten off to a slow start, but the Falcons look like they may have found their wings. We'll see what they have in store. Fort Payne over Arab, 14-0 at the half. Arab has had a phenomenal start to the season. We'll see if they can get the come from behind win. Going to have to do a little extra work as they are trailing 14-0 at the half. Clements and DAR. Clements holding on to a 9-point lead at the half, 16-7. A lot of these halftime scores that we have, I can imagine, as of right now, they are in the third quarter. New Hope and Decatur Heritage, 21-17 at the half. Gunnersville Buckhorn, 28-14. That was at the half. I can tell you they are in the third quarter in that one. How can I tell you? Because we can take a live look in. Austin Coletti, Drew DeArmond.
Give him a tackle.
That'll make it 2nd and 10. Rolling left. The throw, still looking. Pressure comes. He slips, and that's going to give Buckhorn time to record the sack. And that is Cohen Felder. We've called his name a bunch tonight, and he wraps up the quarterback Antonio Spurgeon for a loss.
Yeah, Cohen Felder with a nice sack there. As Spurgeon tried to spin out of it, but good pursuit there by the Buck defense. And it'll be interesting here because, Gunnersville has a good kicker, but are they in 4-down territory, or are they willing to settle for the field goal attempt? But the Bucks have to get a stop here.
It's 3rd and 11 on the 15-yard line. Certainly the Bucks would love to hold them to a field goal at best here. And the run by Jordan spins out of a couple tackles and is finally thrown down by Jordan Curry. And that is after a pretty nice gain. They're going to mark him about the 8-yard line. And the way that Gunnersville's offense has moved all night, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. Shift out of the bunch formation. Spurgeon now goes back under center. And a timeout is called by Gunnersville. It doesn't look like they had their wits about them there.
That's Austin Coletti, Drew DeArmond on 97.7 ESPN The Zone in Huntsville. You can listen to that there. Make sure you download their app, 97.7 ESPN The Zone, if you want to hear Buckhorn and Gunnersville this evening. Another big one going on across the state. How about this? James Clemens traveling to Muscle Shoals. You can hear this one on WLAY 100.1 FM all night long. Let's take a live look in to see if we can find out between Muscle Shoals and James Clemens.
Step in the hole, make a tackle as well, but can't run your mouth.
Yeah, he just kept on,
And what he had done was enough for his team.
Oh,
I mean,
he made a statement
play.
with the play.
He absolutely
didn't have to say
did.
anything.
Just do the talking with your play.
With your pass.
He tried to do both, and it really hurt his team. Because it's going to be 3rd and long.
It's going to be, you're exactly right.
And that this is the second penalty that the Trojans have had
on this drive.
And now we go in the red zone. The Trojans have it at the James Clemens 19-yard line, 1st and 10 with 5:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter, leading by 14. Woods will move Jaquez Green to his left. 2 receivers to the right. Now he'll move Green to the right. Play action. Woods has it. Rolling right. Looking, and he'll pick up 2 yards, maybe 3 before running out of bounds.
Yeah, I was trying to get him out there on the edge, spread the field to the wide side right there.
Good
James
coverage.
Clemens had him covered up pretty good back there, and that's about all Cole could do.
And we talked about it a little bit. Good decision by Cole. I mean, you can try to force something in there. You're obviously in field goal territory here for Trey Stoddard. You certainly want a touchdown, but you don't want to turn the ball over here. Woods with his legs able to pick up 2 yards, live to play another down here. It's 2nd and 8. Jaquez Green still in the game behind Cole Woods. Counter. Green coming this direction. Green is going to be tripped up, go inside the 15 to the 14.
Cadence.
All right, that is Muscle Shoals and James Clemens. Right now, the Trojans enjoying a 17-3 lead over James Clemens. That one in the 3rd quarter. Other scores of notes. We've got Lexington and Lauderdale County tied at 7 in the 3rd. And we can take another live look in, and let's do so. How about this? Colbert County and Deshler. This one being played over on WVNA 105.5, the Big Dog.
To kick off, to receive the kickoff, we got C.J. Jackson trotting up and down the sidelines here. So C.J. says, hey, this is my senior year. I'm ready to play. All right, Cobra County, they're bunched up again, ready to kick off.
They're kicking off on our own 45, so that.
Well, that's because the penalty right before the
half.
Yep.
That didn't help us.
Coach Malone wasn't happy, and he let somebody know, and so they're going to kick a little bit shorter than what normally would happen. All right, here's the kick. He's going to get it to the end zone. There you go. All right, we'll take it there. So Deshler Tigers offense, they'll start. It's a touchback, so they're going to start on the 25-yard line. They come out as they were warming up. We were talking to the Deshler High School Miss Caldwell, and then also Mary Beck Thornton, and we were talking to the middle school. When they come out, and your Tigers, they're ready to go. They're not slowing down, and so they're not going to be denied. We got 14-14, play clock at 12, pitch on the right, and we are Jakari Ballou is on his feet. He brings it out to about the 22-yard line.
Good to see number 8, C.J. Jackson, back in the game. I told Coach King before the half when they made that touchdown that he looked like he's going to come back in. I'm glad to see him back.
We got 2nd down and 8. That picked up 2. The ball was spotted on the 20-yard line, so we got 2nd down and 8 from the 22-yard line. Hard run by Jakari. CJ's in motion, looking good, giving it to Jakari again on the left-hand side, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. That was Q Harden. He picked up 2, actually. So Q with the run up the middle. We got 3rd down and 6 for the Deshler Tigers. 11 minutes and 3 seconds to go. We got 14-14. We're tied here at Howard Chapel Stadium.
That is Colbert County and Deshler on 105.5, the Big Dog over in the Shoals. And that is something we do here on the first early edition of the Friday night the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. We kind of cruise around some of the local games, kind of give you a feel for what's going on. And one of the ones we haven't dropped in on yet is Madison County hosting Madison Academy. And you can always hear this one on 97.7 ESPN The Zone 2. If you download their app, you can hear this one courtesy of Steve Moulton.
Got first down and 10.
Let's see if we can get you out there to Gurley for a little Madison Academy.
They're exactly 10 yards apart, shall we? They'll stretch them out.
Well, now that you look at this one, it's actually in front of the...
It is just short. Oh, mercy.
They weren't on the 45.
I know. They moved it anyway.
That is bizarre.
3rd and a link.
Now look where they put the chain. Oh, my goodness.
3rd and very short, and we're in the shotgun. Don't get me started. Carson barks out the call. Hands it over. First down yardage and more for Cherry. Bust loose to the 25, 20, 15, 5, end zone. Touchdown, Cherry. No flags on the play.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you needed you needed an inch, you get a touchdown. Let's just or how many? What 35. Was that run for? 35-yard run.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, that's Madison Academy getting one in on Madison County there. The Mustangs. You can hear that on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone 2. Download their app, and you can have that one. You can hear us each and every Friday night on the Blitz Sports Radio by downloading the Blitz Sports Radio app as well. We kick off this show every Friday night at 8:30, and then after the conclusion of the Buckhorn Bucks game each and every Friday night, we're over the airwaves on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I believe we probably have a final in the books. We should be really close to having our first final of the night, and let me see if it has gone final. Fife and Plainview. Yeah, okay, we do have a final already in the books. Sheffield, a 43-14 winner over Waterloo tonight. So congratulations to the Sheffield Bulldogs. They are victorious. Again, they get the win over Waterloo tonight, 43-14. So Sheffield, a winner. We were going to take a live look in on that game, but as you can tell, as we just told you, that one is already in the books, so there is no need to take a live look in that one. Again, 43-14 as we fill that in the columns. Sheffield winners tonight. And I said that Fife won because I had a feeling or have a feeling that one is going to go final very soon as well. And let's see if indeed it has. It's not gone final yet, but Fife is out in front in the fourth, 42-0. So I imagine that one will be going final very soon. Central Florence and Westminster Christian Academy, that one's in the third. Central Florence on top of that one, 34-14. They are the home team in that matchup. Central Florence or Westminster Christian Academy coming off that tough loss last week to Randolph, trying to rebound, but they are facing an uphill challenge in the second half of that one. Scottsboro is edged out in front of Priceville still 21-14. North Jackson making that short drive to South Pittsburgh, Tennessee tonight. And South Pittsburgh got in front by 2, 15-13. That one in the third quarter. And I mean a short drive for the Chiefs in that one. All right, let's get our first break in here. The North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. You're listening to it on the Blitz Sports Radio, courtesy of 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance, Medicare, require us to treat every patient conservatively at least 90 days. Conservative treatment includes increasing ambulation, elevation of the legs, and the wearing of compression stockings. It's very common for folks to come see us in March or April wanting to have their veins fixed before they go into swimsuits starting in June. When we see someone in March or April, they're going to require at least 90 days of conservative treatment before we can even go to the insurance carrier to get permission to treat their veins. So if you think you have a venous problem, now is the time to come in and get a free screening so we can determine whether or not you need something evaluated. If you have a vein problem or you think you may have a vein problem, now's the time to contact us at bestveincarehuntsville.com.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your insulation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
Hey, welcome back to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. We are off, we're running, we're rocking and rolling on week 5 of the high school football season. They call it week 5, but it's really week 6. If we have been at it for 6 weeks, it is the 6th week. So, yes, the state can refer to it as week 5, but this is the 6th show of the season. So it's week 6 for us, week 5 for everybody else. That's how we're gonna refer to it. Gonna run down some of these scores for you. See if we have any more finals. I'd imagine we've got to be so close because I keep looking at the game clocks on all of these games that are going on, and we are really close to getting a bunch of finals in on a Friday night. A lot of these games are non-region games, so a lot of teams, if you can get through them, you get through them as fast as you can. You want to win them, but if you drop one tonight, it's not the end of the world, because the good news is these aren't region games, so they're not going to affect you in the region standings. And this is where you still kind of find out a lot about your teams. A lot of the teams that are playing tonight did not play in week 0. Some of them did. There are a few that did play in week 0. But there are a majority of teams that did not play in week 0 that are playing tonight. A lot of those teams that played in week 0 are having a off week this week. That's why we have a lot of just out-of-region contests. Next week, we'll get back into some more region games. This week, we got a lot of non-region contests. Let's run down some of the scores for you that we have that are in the fourth quarter. Hatton enjoying a 34-7 lead over East Lawrence. Lexington now out in front by 1 over Lauderdale County, 14-13. Hanceville 7 better than Lawrence County in the fourth, 14-7. Priceville and Scottsboro knotted at 21. We have got plenty of eyeballs on this one. In fact, we have got a whole staff of members watching this one because we want to know everything there is to know about the Scottsboro-Priceville matchup. Moore County over Wayne County, 27-19. Of course, that is a Tennessee score. Ardmore enjoying a 42-0 lead over Elkmont in the third. These are all thirds now. Florence on top of Minor, 28-9 in the third. Austin and Gardendale tied at 10. If Jeremy Perkins' squad, the Austin Black Bears, are able to find a way to get a win over Gardendale, it might erase that 2-0 or 0-2 start, the 0-2 stinger start that the Austin Black Bears had to start the year. They have turned it on, especially in region play. Getting a non-region win like this could do a huge, huge service to the Austin Black Bears as they try to finish on that back half of the season. We'll run down their schedule, what it looks like for them, what is left for the Austin Black Bears. We'll say this: they're a perfect start in region play. West Limestone, East Limestone, the battle between the Wildcats and Indians. Wildcats enjoying a 17-0 lead, West Limestone is. Cobra County over Deshler, 20-14. Clements over DAR, 24-14 in the third. Mars Hill Bible trailing Russellville, 30-24. That one is a fantastic ball game, and I tell you what, it is so good that why don't we hop out there and take a live listen, if we can, to Russellville and Mars Hill.
Admire about this Panther offense is just how versatile they are.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. You got guys moving around from position to position. Everybody knows the plays, knows what they're doing. It's a lot to ask of these kids.
Second down, 8 yards to go as they hand off to Damian Thompson, who went in at wingback. It's the jet sweep. He's down inside the 20, and it's going to be another first down for the Panthers.
This is a big drive for Mars Hill right here, an opportunity to get themselves back ahead with a touchdown and an extra point if they can.
They get to the 20, which was a yard past the line to gain, and Damian Thompson can do it all. Wingback, tailback, receiver, quarterback. Now he's going to come in as a receiver. He's going to split out to the near side as the ball is placed on the far hash mark.
Warhurst covering him.
Aiden Kennedy comes under center. Turns around, hands off to Jay Dobbs at the tailback position. Goes off left tackle inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. It's going to be second down and 8 to go. So Jay Dobbs, again, last year Jay moving from fullback to tailback to wingback and having to do that again. Walker Underwood brings the play in from the sidelines. Maybe we'll see a little stud and go. Kennedy going to roll out to his right, looking, throws back across his body and just a little bit short of Sam Williams. It was the stud go, but he was covered by Warhurst pretty good. That was Walker Underwood. Sam Williams was coming across the backside on a drag route, and one of the toughest throws to make in football is to roll and then throw across your body. Kennedy can do it pretty good on the baseball field, playing third base, but throwing a big brown oblong football is a little difficult. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 to go. And Kennedy hands off to, was that Dobbs again?
I believe it was. I believe that was a fake inside reverse again. Ball goes to Dobbs, fakes to Higgins going the other way.
All right, that's a live listen there between Mars Hill, Bible, and Russellville. We'll check in on that one as the game unfolds here late in the second half there. It's a good ball game. Russellville, though, enjoying that lead. Right now, Douglas over West Point, 28-7. Mars Hill, Bible, and Russellville, again, that was 30-24. Golden Tigers out in front. Boaz still trailing Southside. Southside up 20-6. Right now, that one, I believe, is in the third quarter. We continue with some other scores of note here. Lincoln County trailing Lebanon. That is a Tennessee score, 38-0. That one in the fourth quarter as well. See if we got any more finals that have come across the board. Yes, indeed. I am being told that we have 3 finals now in the night. Weaver over Asbury tonight, 46-8. So Weaver knocks off Asbury 46-8. Told you we were getting some finals coming in. Still not getting a ton there. And a Tennessee score. Boyd Buchanan over Columbia, 55-7. That is a Tennessee final. Again, the only final we have is Sheffield over Waterloo, 43-13. Or 14, my bad. So those are the 3 finals that we have in the books for you. The one that I'm pretty sure is going to be going final here pretty soon has got to be Fife and Plainview. Fife now has stretched that lead out to 49-6. That one in the fourth quarter. Muscle Shoals and James Clemens. Muscle Shoals is pulling away in this one. Then they got a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, 24-14. Hartselle was trailing in this one early. They were trailing 10-7 to Oxford in the first. Since then, the Hartselle Tigers have exploded. They were leading 34-21 at the end of the third. They have tacked on a touchdown in the fourth, and Hartselle now pulling away from Oxford. That one is on the road. Hartselle 41, Oxford 21. So the Hartselle Tigers doing great things tonight on the road. Weaver, we mentioned that one is final, 46-8 over Asbury. All right, we should be just about the top of the hour. We are at the top of the hour here, 9 o'clock on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. And let's take you back out to Tommy Ledbetter Stadium, Buckhorn, and Guntersville.
Landrum, and he is brought down after a gain of about 3, we'll call it 4, as he's down to 33.
Yeah, E.J. Havis with another tackle. He's got to be nearing double figures as this Guntersville Wildcat defense is looking to get another stop, as that'll be the last play of the third quarter.
And there it is, the horn sounds, and so we have got 12 more minutes of football to play. 45-21, Guntersville leading it on the road at Buckhorn on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You heard it there, Austin Coletti, Drew DeArmond. Guntersville 45, Buckhorn 21 going into the fourth quarter. And that is an interesting development there. Yes, I know it is still a 24-point ball game, but the 21 points given up by Guntersville tonight, that is a season high in points scored against Guntersville. So Buckhorn finding a way to hang in there. Maybe, just maybe, they have something in store for those final 12 minutes. We'll just have to wait and see. I tell you what, Lo, let's go out to Madison County High School. Madison County taking on Madison Academy. Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone 2.
It is good. 42-14 is your new score here in Gurley, Alabama. Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his.
And they just take a commercial there, so we will pause the button there. Madison Academy well in control of that one this evening. So we'll go back out there and take another listen into it here in just a little bit. But again, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone is where we'll be after the conclusion of Buckhorn and Gunnersville tonight. Other scores of interest. Let's see if we can. Hatton over East Lawrence, 42-7. That one in the fourth. Austin has grabbed a 7-point lead over Gardendale. That's now 17-10. Austin over Gardendale. Sardis out in front of Brewer, 12-7. Lexington 1 point better than Lauderdale County right now, 14-13 in the fourth. Hanceville holding on. Hanceville and Lawrence County now are tied at 14. Hackleburg 22, Hubbardville 15. It is Moore County 27, Wayne County 25. Of course, that is a Tennessee score. Priceville has gone out in front of Scottsboro, 28-21. That one in the fourth quarter. That one there is a heck of a ball game. Cold Springs over Shoals Christian, 42-14. Ardmore blanking Elkmont tonight, 42-0. Red Bay Tigers blanking Belmont, 8-0. Florence now out in front, 28-9 over Minor. Clements holding on to a 3-point lead over DAR in the third, 24-21. So those are just a few more of the scores here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, and the Blitz Sports Radio, the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. And I really do want to check in on what is going on between Muscle Shoals and Florence, or my bad, Muscle Shoals and James Clemens. So that is indeed where we will go.
A nice 6-yard pickup right up through the old A gap.
Taven Scott with the stop, but yeah, right at the
that's
sticks,
going to be a gain of 20.
That's a first down.
First down and a gain of 20. 9:56. Clock moving. Left to play here in the game. They're going to leave it on the ground, straight ahead. That's number 28 on the carry. That's Deljon Williams, the junior.
Walker
McCannon in on the stop. We call Walker's name quite a bit tonight.
He's been real active from that.
It's a gain of 3 for James Clemens. 9.5 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Trojans lead by 14. Lopez again drops, looking, directing traffic, throws it. Is it caught? No, incomplete. Intended for number 1, sort of on an out route.
Yeah, Uzziah
it goes
Johnson
incomplete.
Coverage right there.
Yeah, and looks like Lopez maybe a little bit gimpy, but it's a tough ask, Brian, for our guys up front to continue to put pressure every play. But if Lopez gets that kind of time now, he's going to be able to stand back there and play backyard football.
He can swing.
So it is third down.
They've stopped play right here.
Yeah, and the officials are going to – okay, so we've got an injured player. Just off the playing surface there for James Clemens. I think it was the receiver, number 1, intended receiver, Kamari Pittman. So we can't play with him so close to the playing field. So they're going to get him checked out. Actually, he's up now and walking off. But a big third down here. 3rd and 7. James Clemens has it at their own 36-yard line. The line to make is the 44. So 3rd and 8. 7 of 12 on third down conversions. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lopez retreats, steps up across the middle of the field, incomplete. What a play by Taven Scott.
Yeah.
And our secondary has played outstanding. And that's a pass that most quarterbacks are going to be taught not to make, throwing it across your body, back across the field. But I really think the receiver thought he had an easy catch, Logan Egert, and Taven Scott came from behind to swat it away at the last second.
He didn't know he was there.
Yeah, that third down stop brought to you by Village Drug. Stop the flu, get your flu shots at Village Drug. And James Clemens going to have to punt it away. Will Weaver back at his own 30. Low snap, and it was able to scoop it up. Actually, that is, Weaver on the punt return. He's not going to have a chance. It's going to roll out at the 26-yard line. But, Clint, what about that defense getting that stop after that pass interference call and able to get off the field, get our offense back on?
Yeah, that's great set of downs, guys. Really played hard. Get the offense some time now. Take this ball down, run this clock, Get out of here.
All right, of course, that is WLAY 100.1 FM in the Shoals, Muscle Shoals, and James Clemens. That's what's fun about tonight. We can just take a live look in wherever we go, wherever we want to do. The games that we can keep an eye on are Buckhorn hosting Guntersville. That is on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. We've got Madison Academy at Madison County. That's on 97.7 ESPN The Zone 2. You got Muscle Shoals hosting James Clemens on WLAY 100.1 FM. We got Deshler playing host to Cobra County on WVNA 105.5, The Big Dog. And then we got Russellville welcoming Mars Hill Bible tonight on WMSR, The Bull 94.9 over in the Shoals. So those are the live look-ins that we have available on this Friday night. And we do our best to cruise around North Alabama to find out some of the scores. We wanted to check in on Steve Moulton and Glenn Leard, Madison Academy at Madison County.
They're going to say he stepped.
Let's see if we can indeed take a live look in on that one. Here we go, Steve Moulton, Glenn Leard.
8 seconds left to go in this game.
Yeah, not much of a timeout, was it? Everybody's back at the LOS.
Yep.
Now I see the flag. I guess what's going on here? Did they throw the flag or did they take the timeout?
No, it is. So after a timeout was at least initially signaled by the White Hat, now they back up the football 5 yards. So no timeout taken by Madison Academy. Jackson Reese to punt it away. He is able to do so with plenty of time as it wiggles inside the 15 and then taken out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
That's great. Great punt. You know, I was standing on the sidelines last week, and a couple of linemen came off and just hadn't given enough effort. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And there was the offensive line coach was in their ear, and it provided a little atmosphere for radio.
Yes, it did.
You're seeing a greater calm this week on the sideline with the coaching staff. I think they're really pleased with the effort that he was the lead.
They'll mark the football at the 10-yard line. It is 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Back in at quarterback is Putnam. Slaps his hands, back to pass, heaves it along the left flat. It is complete.
Oh, no, it's not.
It is through the hands of Packard and incomplete. He was there on the wheel
He was
route.
there. Yeah, you got to catch that ball.
But there is a flag in the backfield. A personal foul, roughing the passer call on Madison Academy.
Oh, my goodness. Now that a coach is going to get in somebody's ear hole after that one.
While we have a second, a big thank you to our fine sponsors here at Madison Academy, and that is, of course, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, as well as North Alabama Mortgage, Baumhauer's Victory Grill, Valley Equipment, Rosenblum Realty, and McDaniel & McDaniel, attorneys at law. Handoff on a little end around, running with it is Clark, and he will be stood up. Momentum is stopped around the 39-yard line.
Clark on the carry from Madison County with a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6 yards to go.
4:04 on the clock.
It's only 9:11, so this has, the pace of this game has been quick all night.
Yes, it has.
That's Steve Moulton, Glenn Leard, Madison Academy at Madison County. Of course, just a little under 9 minutes left to go in that one. So that one will be final here in about 15 minutes. We've got one more final that's in the books. The Fife Red Devils have notched another win, this time a 56-13 win over Plainview this evening. So the finals that we have in the books right now, Sheffield 43, Waterloo 14, Weaver 46, Asbury 8, and Fife 56, Plainview 13. Those are the finals that we have for you this evening. Austin Coletti and Drew DeArmond, Buckhorn and Gunnersville.
And the clock continues to tick, and now Gunnersville going to be content, as you said, Drew, to kill the clock, and they're going to go in the huddle and start using the play clock to their advantage.
I don't think we're going to see any more fast Wildcat. I think they're going to run that play clock down between each snap.
I'll be good with that. I could use a breather from their pace.
Uh-oh.
Spurgeon, he's going to take one to the left side, and he's out to the 40, to the 50, shrugs over Jordan Curry, and he is out past the buck side of the field to the 48-yard line, and there it is again, Drew, the QB draw, making plays with his legs, and really he's been the focal point in this second half.
32-yard gain there for the senior Antonio Spurgeon past midfield. Huge play by the Wildcats to move the chains. He's got to be nearing 100 yards rushing himself. Antonio Spurgeon, a big night.
And I would think, too, might be a career high, or I should say a season high. He's got 297 rush yards coming into tonight, along with the two tailbacks with 289 and 479 respectively. A three-headed monster of a running game for Gunnersville, and it has been on point tonight. Gamora is going to take this to the right side and is plowing right into a double team of Buckhorn Bucks, who take him down to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 4 for 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Jordan Curry on the tackle there too, as the hammer, as I call him, the senior running back for the Gunnersville Wildcats, C.J. Gomera, really hammering the football in the middle of that defensive line of the Buckhorn Bucks, and they just want to see that clock continue to run as we're about to roll under 7 minutes.
7:22 and counting to go in this fourth quarter. Gunnersville ahead 45-21. And it is now 2nd and 6. Ball on the 44. Marker to reach, 38-yard line of Buckhorn. Spurgeon takes the snap, gives it off. Gomera again.
Gomera on the carry.
And he's going to take that one in between the 40 and 41-yard line, so essentially about 3rd and 2, we'll call it.
Felder with another good tackle there. He's got to be nearing double figures himself. He's had a really nice game for the Bucks, but on defense. But right here, 3rd down and short. The Wildcats just want to keep the clock moving, and this will be 4-down territory too, I'm sure, because again, why punt it right here? Just try to keep the football and possess it and move the chains.
It is 3rd and 2 on the 40. Spurgeon out of the pistol. Twins to the left, and the give. Julian Jordan, who is checked in, he's got the first down, and it's thrown down on the Buckhorn sideline at the 34-yard line, and that's going to move the chains.
Curry throws him down, but a really nice hole there. Good blocking up front. About a 7-yard burst. Looks like it's going to be closer to 8 yards. First down, Wildcats.
Clock ticking with 6:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, if you are unfamiliar with the voices on the Buckhorn broadcast, I'm Austin Coletti. He's Drew DeArmond. Usually we handle the Randolph football broadcast. We are subbing in for Tom Abraham as he is unable to attend tonight. He'll be back next week. Spurgeon takes the snap and takes it himself. Up the middle he goes. And he's going to spurt for about 3 yards to the 32-yard line. Make it 2nd and 7.
Yep, they test the middle of that Buckhorn D-line. And I'll give this, I haven't seen any quit in Buckhorn. They're playing hard. They've competed for Coach Patterson all night long. It's just you're playing against a very special program in Gunnersville that's got a winning tradition established, much in the same image that I'm sure Matt Patterson has envisioned for Buckhorn. It's a young Buckhorn team, only 7 seniors in the starting 22, and as you said in the opening, Austin, only 2 on defense.
And Spurgeon's going to hand this one off to Julian Jordan up the middle. He's got room, and he explodes to the left side. 30, 20, 10, touchdown.
31-yard touchdown. Julian Jordan got to be in triple digits tonight as well. He is a really shifty back. He really does remind me of Reggie Bush with his running style. You know, back in your extremely younger days, my friend. But Reggie Bush, when he was at USC, was an electric performer. Wore the same number 5, could really be shifty in the hole and make you miss. And Julian Jordan, just a sophomore, boy, they're going to enjoy watching him the next couple of years, Austin, in a Wildcat uniform.
I mean, I might be young, but I know about the president.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
funny enough, I watched the ESPN 30 for 30, the Trojan Award this week, so
yep.
I'm well studied up on one Reggie Bush.
That's Austin Coletti, Drew DeArmond. That one just about ready to be under 5 minutes left there. Guntersville adding another touchdown in that game, so they're well in control of that one over the Buckhorn Bucks. As soon as that one is over, the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show will be hitting the airwaves on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Let's get a break in, shall we? More on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show when we return.
Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, "If you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself."
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. All done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So if you don't happen to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Geico presents a voicemail from your friend, Lightning.
Hey, bud, Joe Pal Lightning. I was just hanging out in the old Cloudaroo here. I thought I'd give you a call. I hope you're still not sore about that time I deep-fried your big screen TV with that bolt. Yeah, I've been meaning to pay you back for that one, for sure. A little short on cash at the moment, but any day now. Yep. Well, anywho, talk later.
Lightning won't pay for the damage it causes. Luckily, the Geico Insurance Agency makes getting coverage a snap. Visit geico.com to see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
Okay, Sarah, I'm dropping you at Emily's, and Josh, you're going to soccer, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, and by the way, when I pick you up, I'll be wearing my short shorts.
What? No!
Yep, me and my short shorts doing my daddy dance. Your friends will love it.
No!
Well, I might change my mind if you buckle your seatbelts.
Okay, we're buckling up. See, all buckled.
Whatever it takes, keep them safe. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
Welcome back to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. Get on out to Woody Anderson Ford today so you can test drive a new Ford and go home with one tonight. Well, maybe not tonight, but what you can do is you can get up bright and early tomorrow morning, head on out to Woody Anderson Ford, get you a brand new Ford, and then you can cruise around to these college football games tomorrow in style. Don't forget, Auburn at 2:30, Alabama at 6 tomorrow night. So you can cruise around in a Woody Anderson Ford to the Tide and Tigers tomorrow, Saturday, college football, Woody Anderson Ford. All right, we do got some finals. Finals keep trickling in. It's Friday night. A lot of these region games get done a lot faster than these non-region games get done faster than some of these region games. So that's why we're able to give you a lot of finals. And plus, it's about 22 after 9. So it's really not too early to have a lot of finals. And we do get a lot of finals coming in. One we have is the Battle of Limestone County. West Limestone has notched a win over East Limestone tonight, 31-7. Other final scores that we have: Sardis knocks off Brewer tonight, 12-7. Fort Payne blanks Arab, 21-0. It is Lebanon over Lincoln County, 38-0. That's a Tennessee final. Hatton all over East Lawrence tonight, 50-7. Sylvania over Pisgah, 34-7. Fife over Plainview, 56-13. Cornersville and Eaglesville, 28-14. Eagleville over Cornersville. Of course, that's a Tennessee final. Coosa Christian over Gatlinburg-Pittman. Gatlinburg-Pittman over Coosa Christian, 28-24. Mars Hill Bible does get a come-from-behind win over Russellville tonight. The final score there, 31-30. Sheffield over Waterloo tonight, 43-14. Victory Christian over Galesville, 19-16. Weaver over Asbury, 46-8. And it's Boyd Buchanan over Columbia, 55-7. So those are some of the finals that we have already in on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. Some of the other ones that are close to going final. Let's see if we can pull up our fourth quarter scores. We got one, though, that is in overtime. Looks like we have two that are in overtime. Lawrence County and Hanceville tied at 14. That one there appears to be in the first overtime. And then in the first overtime, Good Hope over Addison, 28-22. And if I'm looking at that one right, Addison will have a chance to tie it with their possession. Huntsville, homecoming for the Crimson Panthers. They're on top of Mae Jemison, 54-0. That one probably about ready to go final as well. Coffee County over Spring Hill, 42-7 in the fourth. That's a Tennessee score. Muscle Shoals has extended that lead over James Clemens. It's now 31-10. Muscle Shoals over James Clemens. That one probably about ready to go final as well. Austin over Gardendale, 17-10 in the fourth. Lexington over Lauderdale County, 16-13 in the fourth. Southside Pittsburgh has put up 10 more than North Jackson in the fourth, 29-19. Southside over Boaz, 20-13 in the fourth. DAR now on top of Clements, 27-24. Remember, Clements has led for most of that ball game. It's now DAR out in front. We need to get a break in, I believe. Do we? Let's get a break in when we come back. North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show.
The blitz has been called.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. all done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So if you happen to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialist from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you tired of
really just the three-headed attack of the running game with the Guntersville Wildcats? And you're talking about senior quarterback Antonio Spurgeon, and you're talking about senior running back certainly CJ Gomera, and then the electric one, the sophomore Julian Jordan. Those guys were really tough to defend. Yusel did just enough, had a 19-yard touchdown catch. But this is a different style of team. I've seen Guntersville the last 3 or 4 years throw the ball a lot, throw the ball 25, 30 times. This is a running football team behind the offensive line and that rushing attack. They were too dynamic tonight, but certainly if you're Buckhorn, you had some bright moments. You saw the Bryce Lowry catch on the zone read from Terrence Robinson. Robinson, ran the football well. I thought really, though, if you want to give me a game ball, I'd have to say the interior of the offensive line won some battles up front, and Shamarian Landrum was really good. So I think when you look at Buckhorn, they're a young squad, only 7 starters that are going to be gone, some seniors, but I thought they showed a lot of tenacity getting back in the game. But when you play a team like Guntersville, it's got such a winning culture, you can't go -4 in the turnover area. When you're -4 in turnovers, that's the difference in the game. That's the reason the game got away from Buckhorn. When they protected the football, when they executed in the red zone, they stayed in the game. It was a 31-21 game in the middle of the third quarter. Unfortunately, though, Guntersville just too strong, that running attack too powerful, and when you give them field position and turnovers, the Wildcats are going to be tough to beat, and you got to give Guntersville a lot of credit now as they move to 6-0 and they go back to 5A Region 7 competition, because that's going to be the key for them. They've got Arab down the road. We already talked about that. It's going to be a huge game in a couple of weeks, but they go to another old school rival that's now in their region. They're at Scottsboro next week, so they're in the middle of a really tough stretch. They got an open date and then at Arab, so they've got 3 straight road games, counting this one. So the Wildcats' toughest part of their schedule is coming up, and the Bucks will be back in 6A Region 8 play next week as they're going to take on Mae Jemison here at home.
Well, Guntersville played certainly their toughest game on the schedule since week 1 against Southside Gadsden. Buckhorn put up a very good fight, but just unable to pull it away in the second half. You're going to talk about game balls. You already gave yours, mine. certainly goes to Terrence Robinson when he was put in as the starting quarterback, really propelled this team to bringing it to a 10-point game. And again, they're a muff punt away, I think, from making this a 28-21 game. Certainly that seemed to be the shot right in the liver to Buckhorn. But again, valiant effort at home. Thank you again to everyone who had a part in putting this broadcast together. I want to say a big shout out to the man running the things back at the station, and that is Bailey Lowry. I have not done a Buckhorn broadcast. I know the format's a little bit different. Got a good rundown before the game was over, or before the game started, and everything ran smoothly. Brother, I appreciate you. A heck of a job tonight. And as well, Drew, a good job to you. And next week, for all of you out there in listening land, we are back to regularly scheduled programming. We will step away from Buckhorn and go handle things with the Randolph Raiders. Myself, Austin Coletti, and Drew DeArmond. Tom Abraham should be back here with you next week. And again, Buckhorn tonight, they dropped to 1-4. Not a region game. Gunnersville advances to 6-0.
Yeah, and Randolph will be going to Madison County. They will be going there for a 4A Region 8 game next week, so we'll be back with the Raiders. But we want to thank Tom Abraham and John McGaugh for allowing us to sit in the hot seat. And again, a big shout out to Tom Abraham and his family, his daughter getting married in Nashville this weekend. So, congrats to her. I know it's a huge family event for them, but we thank them for allowing us to sit in the seat here over at the Tommy Ledbetter Stadium, this beautiful press box. I want to thank Athletic Director David Carroll, certainly Head Coach Matt Patterson. They were very good to us, Lance Reese as well this week, in giving us all the information and the stuff we need. So it's been a great broadcast, another great night of high school football, and we just thank you for listening to us here on ESPN 97.7 The Zone, and we're going to continue to be your source for local sports in the Tennessee Valley.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and making us a part of your Friday night, wherever and however your method of listening may have been taking place. For Drew DeArmond, I'm Austin Coletti saying so long. Thank you again, everybody. Have a great rest of your night, and now we kick it back to the station for the Woody Anderson Ford Scoreboard Show.
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
Welcome to the North Alabama Friday Night Scoreboard Show, presented by Woody Anderson Ford, with your host, Scott Tyson. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott.
It is indeed the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show, presented by Woody Anderson Ford. That is how we call the show. That is what we call the show each and every week here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, 100.1 FM WLAY in Florence and Muscle Shoals, and 105.9 WKLS in Gadsden and Anniston. We thank you for all tuning in to listen to the show on this edition of the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. So here's what the state calls it. They call it Week 5. I have no idea why, because it doesn't make a lick of sense. Not at all. It's, in fact, Week 6. This is the 6th week we have done a show. So we are calling it our Week 6 edition of the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. The state calls this Week 5 because they call it Week 0, and then it's Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, and on and on and on until we get to Week 10. But what we have tonight is non-region contest. The reason why is because majority of the North Alabama teams that are listening to us each and every Friday night, they chose to play in week 0. A lot of them try to schedule that bye in week 5. Week 5 according to the state. They like to play 5 games, get that bye in, and then finish up with the back half of 5 games. Some took a bye in week 2. Some took a bye in week 3. Majority of them took a bye in week 5. We have a ton of teams, though, tonight that stepped out of region play. You could say some renewed some rivalries, other ones trying to make some new rivalries. We had some great matchups on the gridiron tonight. Some scores have already been trickling in, some final scores for you. The Austin Black Bears at home taking on Gardendale tonight, and this one was a big one because head coach Jeremy Perkins and company, we all know how they started. They started the year really slow out of the gates, did the Austin Black Bears. In fact, they dropped their first 2 games of the year, did the Austin Black Bears. They lost to Hartselle, 45-17. Then lost the inner city battle, the river battle of the River City, to Decatur, 28-14. Since then, all the Austin Black Bears have done is rattled off region wins against Sparkman, against Florence, against Albertville. A 3-game winning streak entering tonight against Gardendale. Gardendale, by the way, already familiar with North Alabama because they came up here in week 1 and beat James Clemens 41-34. So the Gardendale Rockets already very familiar with North Alabama, but tonight it was head coach Jeremy Perkins and the Austin Black Bears putting their 4th win in a row together as they get the best of Gardendale 17-10. We've got Guntersville and Buckhorn, a game that our Huntsville friends heard on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Guntersville all over Buckhorn tonight, 52-21. And for Guntersville, they look awfully tough. I mean, they look awfully tough. They keep a perfect season in line, do the Guntersville Wildcats. And Guntersville has played very well. Guntersville came in ranked number 4 in Class 5A. They own this series. They've won the previous 6 meetings over Buckhorn. Tonight, they have no problems, 52-21. So what does that give Guntersville? Are you ready for this? How about this? A 15-game regular season winning streak for the Guntersville Wildcats, courtesy of that 52-21 win tonight. Muscle Shoals in a game. Our friends over in Florence in the Muscle Shoals area heard on WLAY 100.1. Muscle Shoals, Scott Mason, they get a win tonight, 38-10. Muscle Shoals came in ranked number 9 in Class 6A. The Trojans 4-0 to start the year. Now they're 5-0, by the way. All of Muscle Shoals, this is kind of fun because Muscle Shoals right now is putting themselves in contention, very good contention to be region champs again in Class 6A. Okay, doing very well in Region 7. Class 6A, Region 7. They're undefeated. They're 4-0. They're 2-0 in region play. They're doing their very best to win that region. But I'll just say this. They're also doing their best to win a Class 7A Region 4 region title as well. Because, I say that kind of laughingly, because Muscle Shoals, all of their non-region games are in 7A. All of them come from Class 7A Region 4. So Muscle Shoals already had a win coming into tonight over Bob Jones, a 31-7 season opening win, on the road, by the way, over Bob Jones. Then turn around in week 2 and beat Florence 44-28. Okay, so there's 2-0. That's 2 wins in Class 7A Region 4. And then tonight they get a win over James Clemens, so that's 3 wins in Class 7A Region 4. They're going to end the year on the 27th of October with a game against Sparkman at home, also from Class 7A Region 4. So the Muscle Shoals Trojans could have 4 wins over the Class 7A Region 4. So really, they could win 2 regions in one season. Good Muscle Shoals. All right, but they get a win tonight, 38-10. Other scores, how about this one? Mars Hill Piebald. Wow, what a contest with Russellville tonight was Mars Hill Bible and Russellville. That one, boy, oh boy, that one was a fantastic ball game. This one, if you are a fan of football, you had circled this one weeks ago. Mars Hill Bible came in 4-1 on the year. Russellville came in 3-2 on the year. Mars Hill Bible, by the way, they came in tonight the second-ranked team in Class 3A. So they go on the road to take on Russellville. They've not had any problems, Mars Hill Bible. They lost its first game of the year. Remember, we talked about that one a lot. Mars Hill came in averaging 50.3 points per game. They don't quite get the 50 mark tonight, but Russellville came in very tough. They'd outscored their opponents 128-7 in those 3 straight region wins had Russellville. Both of these teams came in playing very, very good football, and it lived up to it. I mean, it did. 31-30, Mars Hill Bible gets that late touchdown to get the victory tonight over Russellville. West Limestone, East Limestone. West Limestone a 31-7 winner over East. Brewer trying to continue some success this year. They come up short tonight against Sardis. The final there, 12-7. Priceville, Scottsboro. Priceville 28, Scottsboro 21. So Priceville notches a win. I tell you what, let's dip in real fast here. Let's take a look at Priceville, the Bulldogs. Let's see what they have accomplished this year thanks to the win that they put on the scoreboard this evening over Scottsboro, 28-21. How big was that? Well, because it keeps an undefeated season alive. Priceville now has won 5 straight to start the year. By the way, the Bulldogs bye week comes on the 28th of October, so they will play 10 straight games. Will Priceville, they get that win tonight, so they are now 6-0 are the Priceville Bulldogs. In fact, last year in 2021, that was a record-breaking season for Priceville. They notched the school's first ever 10-win season. They had an undefeated regular season. No, my bad. They got tripped up in week 3 to Brooks, 48-23. Then went on to have that post 10 wins. So Priceville trying to make school history again this year. See if they can eclipse the mark that they set last year with 10 wins. They're off to a fantastic start. Up next for Priceville, a home contest with St. John Paul II, and then a road trip at North Jackson, home against Westminster Christian Academy, and then wrapping it up with a region game at Randolph on the 21st of October. Let's continue on, shall we? Ardmore over Elkmont, 42-0. Fort Payne gonna blank Arab, 21-0 there. That is a big one because Arab had been off to a fantastic start. I mean, we had not seen a start like this from Arab in several years. Arab had come in winners of their first 5 ball games and all time against Fort Payne. This one here, if you were really looking at it all time, this series with Fort Payne goes back a ways. Not as far back as the one with Gunnersville, but it does go back quite a ways. This was I'm trying to figure out here my math, 31st meeting. 33rd meeting between the two teams. And Fort Payne gets a win tonight, 21-20. This series had been dominated by Fort Payne. They have now won 22 of those 32 meetings. Other scores of note that we have for you right now: Phil Campbell over Carbon Hill tonight, 28-0. Weaver over Asbury, 46-8. Fife dominates Plainview, 56-13. Hatton over East Lawrence, 50-7. Collinsville over Gaston, 47-6. Sylvania over Pisgah, 34-7. Victory Christian over Galesville, 19-16. And Curry over Vina, 54-16. I'll tell you what, let's get our first break in here. When we come back, we've got plenty of scores that have gone final. We'll fill you in on the latest and keep you updated on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford.
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed a 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan Spartman, hope to see you soon.
Hi everybody, Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? 2 Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Take it to the house this football season with the Alabama Manufactured Housing Association. If Alabama or Auburn returns their first received kickoff in the second half for a touchdown at a home SEC game, one lucky fan will win a $75,000 down payment towards the purchase of a manufactured home from an authorized AMHA dealer. Don't miss your chance to take it to the house this season and win a beautiful manufactured home. Register to win today at auburntigers.com/takeittothehouse or crimsontide.com/takeittothehouse. Certain terms and conditions may apply. To learn more, visit alamha.org.
Local sports is covered right here.
Well, appreciate what you guys do for sports, but also for high school sports and taking time to talk to us. That means a lot, and appreciate what you guys do, and appreciate you having us on.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford, and the show rolls on, and we've got more finals. Just the finals keep coming in on a night like tonight, on a night that is just simply beautiful for high school football tonight. Another final that has gone final, another game, I should say, that has gone final. Lexington over Lauderdale County. The Lexington Golden Bears at home tonight. They hold on to get the best of Lauderdale County in a close one, 14-13. The final there. Lexington gets that win. So there we go. As we continue on with the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. Welcome in to our friends on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, 100.1 FM WLAY in Florence and Muscle Shoals, and 105.9 WKLS in Gadsden and Anniston. We appreciate you joining us each and every Friday as you so here's how it works. You can go home from a game. If you have anybody that you want to give a shout-out to on a Friday night for a high school football game, 256-576-4977. Again, 256-576-4977. You got a score you want to call in. You just want to talk about some high school football, feel free to do so. The North Alabama High School Football phone lines are open on a Friday night. That's what we do. We have fun here on a Friday night show. And it's all about the fun. It's all about the kids. Tharbtown, they get a win over Cherokee. Oh, no, they don't get a win. They should get a win. It's at half. I thought that said final, and I thought I was getting handed the final score, but indeed they were still thinking we were doing the partial scores, and so they were handing me a partial score. We want final scores here right now. We got a staff of about 17 interns tonight again. And that's what we get. We bring them all pizza in on a Friday night. We bring them all in. We have a great staff here, a great crew for the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. We have fun on a Friday night. Hatton having fun tonight as well. They get a win over East Lawrence tonight. The Hatton Hornets do. How about this one? 50-7 over East Lawrence. So Hatton off to a great start as well. Let's see if we can go in a little bit on this one. Hatton came in 3-1 on the year. The Eagles defensively, it hasn't been a great year defensively for East Lawrence. Hatton, though, by the way, they're 3-1, but the opponents that they've played maybe not as challenging as others. But still, though, you got to win the ball games. And they did. They won last week by 6 points. Only scored 6 against Falkville last week. But that may have gotten Hatton woken up. And the good news is that they got a win tonight. So no problem scoring for Hatton on a beautiful night for high school football. Let's go. We got Douglas over West Point tonight, 49-21. It is Lawrence County over Hanceville, 17-7. Mortimer, Jordan, and Coleman. What a ball game this was. Coleman 2 better than Mortimer, Jordan tonight, 26-24. Other scores that we've not been able to bring you. Shoals Christian falls to Cold Springs tonight, 48-20. It's Victory Christian and Galesville. Victory Christian gets the win tonight over Galesville, 19-16. It's Curry over Vina, 54-16. Brindley Mountain and Woodville. I believe it's Woodville getting the win over Brindley Mountain. It is. It's Woodville 46, Brindley Mountain 6. So Woodville notches a win this evening. That one is a new final that has just come in. Collinsville over Gaston tonight, 47-6. Florence over Minor, 35-16. And that's a big one for the Florence Falcons, simply because Minor came in well rested. They didn't play last week. The Tigers came in 3-1 on the season. By the way, they were a perfect 2-0 all-time against Florence, so Florence notching their first ever win against a minor program. Florence grabbed a big region win last week in their last outing against James Clemens. And when you pick up a win like that, like they did against James Clemens, it can kind of jumpstart the back half of the season. And so if you look at Florence and you look what lies ahead for the Falcons, can they somehow put a back half run together to land one of those 4 playoff spots? They have Bob Jones, Huntsville, Grissom, and Sparkman in the back half of their schedule now. So next week they go to Bob Jones, and they'll host Huntsville, they host Grissom, and then they travel to Sparkman on the 21st of October. So if you are a Florence Falcon fan, you got that win against James Clemens, and you got that win against Albertville. So you've got 2 region wins on the board. Florence could find their way into that 4th seed for the playoff. It is not out of the question, especially with the schedule and the games that lie ahead. All right, that's going to do it for the first portion of the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. Like we do each and every week, we're going to put 60 minutes on the clock. We're going to tick it down and count it down as the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show entering the 3rd quarter when we return.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Our zone deal this week is truly an award winner. Metro Diner, serving up signature dishes like their Charleston shrimp and grits, famous fried chicken and waffles with strawberry butter, and lots more. Their entire menu is available anytime, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And stop by for brunch on Saturday or Sunday and enjoy the lowest priced mimosas in town. Airport Road, Huntsville, and Highway 72 in Madison. Right now, you can get $50 worth of great Metro Diner food for half price, just $25 with our zone deal. Just log on 977ESPN.com to get yours.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, here letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama A&M University football. Stop into University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including the all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com and view all our great offers and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today, because we want to see ya in the Kia. Go Bulldogs!
At any given time.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Welcome to the North Alabama Friday Night Scoreboard Show, presented by Woody Anderson Ford, with your host, Scott Tyson. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott.
Indeed, welcome back to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show, presented by Woody Anderson Ford. A big shout out to our friends on 105.9 WKLS, Gaston and Anniston, WLAY 100.1 in Florence and Muscle Shoals. And for everybody on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, we do say welcome in to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show, 256-576-4977. If you want to hop in and hop on the show, feel free to do so because we will welcome you in this evening. We have got a bunch of scores that have gone final, and we've got some scores that we are keeping an eye on. I know it's homecoming for the Huntsville Crimson Panthers. They're taking on May Jemison. And good news in this one, I know Huntsville was well in control of this. I am just waiting to see if we have a big old F next to this one. And I don't have one yet, but I guarantee you that one should be going final any minute now. And once we do, we'll let you know what that final is. What I do have finals for are these scores here. Florence 35, Minor 16. Austin over Gardendale 17-10. It is a final. Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa, and Gadsden City. Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa gets a win 45-19. That is a big one because Gadsden City came in 2-3 on the year, but both of those wins are region wins. So that's the good news. A win tonight would have gotten them to 500 on the season. Okay, it keeps a chance. If a win would have kept a chance of a winning season on track. Now, that has not happened since 2016 for Gadsden City. The last meeting between these two teams, no, that came back in 2007. Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa, though, we knew coming in they were going to be awfully tough. They came in ranked number 4 in Class 6A, did Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa, and they show it tonight in that 45-19 win over Gadsden City. Gunnersville all over Buckhorn, 52-21. Our friends over in Huntsville on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, they had the privilege of bringing you that game. Muscle Shoals over James Clemens tonight. Our friends on WLAY, Florence Muscle Shoals 100.1. They had the privilege of bringing you that game. Muscle Shoals 38, James Clemens 10. Mortimer Jordan and Coleman. Coleman nips Mortimer Jordan tonight, 26-24. Tanner over Columbia, 66-0. It's Hartselle over Oxford, 69-21. Douglas over West Point, 49-21. Mars Hill Bible and Russellville. Congratulations to Mars Hill Bible. They are one better than Russellville tonight, 31-30. Lawrence County over Hansville, 17-14. West Limestone over East Limestone, 31-7. It's Sardis over Brewer, 12-7. I just gotta say this though too. I know I get on these little tangents when we do these, but I am so appreciative that our North Alabama High School football drum line came in and recorded some tracks. They've got us back on track. It's so good to have them back on the show. I have missed them the last 2 weeks. I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't want to be back. No, it's nice to have them back. It's good to have them back on the show. They are a talented group. We love them. We've had them now on for about 3 years. So it's good to have them back. Talented group indeed. Sardis over Brewer, 12-7. Priceville, 7 better than Scottsboro, 28-21. Ardmore over Elkmont, 42-0. Fort Payne over Arab, 21-0. Aniana all over Springville tonight, 53-22. Central of Clay County over Alexandria, 21-7. We are keeping an eye on Clements and DAR. That one has gone back and forth, and our scoreboard staff is telling me that one's not gone final yet. At least they have not gotten that one final, but they say it's very close. Westminster Christian Academy and Central Florence, we are definitely keeping an eye on that one as well, especially Deshler and Cobra County. It's Cherokee County over Munford, 56-26. It's Jacksonville over Ohatchee, 35-6. Phil Campbell blanking Carbon Hill, 28-0. Locust Fork over Susan Moore, 35-14. Asbury falls to Weaver, 46-8. Fife all over Plainview, 56-13. It is Glencoe over Holly Pond, 54-20. Walter Wellborn over Talladega, 48-28. Sachs over BB Comer, 28-0. Sheffield over Waterloo, 43-14. It's Lexington over Lauderdale County, 14-13. Oh, okay. Look at this. This is why we have the staff of 20. This is why we have it, because they work hard. They work hard to give us this kind of information. Deshler Tigers, as you heard, we did some live drop-ins tonight on the Deshler Tigers. And as they were trying to put some things together, and how about this? The Deshler Tigers and Cobra County, this one, we heard all night long that this one was going to be close, and it was. The Tigers with a Hail Mary on the final play. It came down to the final play between Deshler and Cobra County, and it's a Hail Mary, and Deshler comes away victorious tonight, 36-33. That one was a big one. Deshler was 5-0 to start this year tonight. Now they are 6-0. Cobra County falls to 2-3 with that one. Cobra County had a big win against Phil Campbell, but then fell flat to Lauderdale County last week. Remember, they were shut out last week by Lauderdale County, 29-0. Deshler, all they do is just take care of business. They took it against Wilson last week. They have scored a ton of points coming into this one, had the Deshler Tigers, but tonight they scored just enough to get a win on a Hail Mary. So congratulations to the Deshler Tigers as they are victorious this evening. Let's see here. Let's run down some more scores for you. That was a 36-33 win over Cobra County. Let's see where we left off. I know we left off right here. Sheffield over Waterloo, 43-14. We got Hatton over East Lawrence, 50-7. Westbrook Christian over Section, 59-6. West End over Sandrock, 44-21. Collinsville over Gaston, 47-6. JB Pennington over Cleveland, 6-0. Woodville over Brindley Mountain, 46-6. It was Spring Garden over Cedar Bluff, 41-12. Sylvania over Pisgah, 34-7. Victory Christian over Galesville, 19-16. And Curry over Vina, 54-16. We got in that Huntsville final yet? Has it come across the books yet? Huntsville and Mae Jemison? Has that one come in yet? Okay, we do not have a final on that one. Let's see, what other ones are we waiting on? Coleman and Mortimer Jordan, we've gotten that one. Just going through the list here and seeing if we've got any more new finals. See, this is the thing. We've got a lot of schools this week that are on that bye week. So the list of games are kind of slim this week. But we do got some Tennessee scores. Marion County over Forest, 42-35. That is, of course, a Tennessee score. Another Tennessee score, Page over Giles County, 45-28. Franklin County over Grundy County, 61-6. Of course, that is a Tennessee final. Lawrence County over Hansville, 17-14. We mentioned that one had gone to overtime earlier, and indeed that is an overtime final. So I knew we had a pair of overtime games. That is another one of them. Hey, South Pittsburgh and North Jackson facing off with each other this evening, and it is that one was a back and forth game all night long. But South Pittsburgh kind of pulled away in that one, 42-19. South Pittsburgh over North Jackson. So North Jackson making that short drive to South Pittsburgh. And North Jackson falls in that one. 256-576-4977. That's the number you can join the program with. It was West End over Sandrock, 44-21. Pennington over Cleveland, 6-0. Another Tennessee score for you. Lewis County over Loretto, 28-17. Another Tennessee score, Gatlinburg-Pittman over Coosa Christian, Tennessee, 28-24. It was Eagleville over Cornersville, 28-14. Of course, those are Tennessee scores. Hoax Bluff over White Plains, 30-16. It was another Tennessee score, Columbia Central over Mount Pleasant, 32-20. And Boyd Buchanan over Columbia, Tennessee, 55-7. So those are some of the scores that we have for you on the Week 5 edition of the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. The Alabama Sports Writers Association rankings do look like this going into the week. In Class 7A, Auburn, your number 1 ranked team. No North Alabama team cracking the top 10 in Class 7A. In Class 6A, Clay Chalkville holding down the top spot, but we do have a couple teams in the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show listening area cracking the top 10 this week. Hartselle, number 6 in Class 6A. Muscle Shoals comes in, ranked number 9 in Class 6A. We told you a week or so that the Trojans would crack the top 10, and indeed they have found their way into the top 10. In Class 5A, no surprise here. Gunnersville came in to start the night ranked number 4 in Class 5A. They get that 52-21 win over Buckhorn. Arab came in the night 8 in Class 5A, off to that perfect 5-0 start. But we know Arab took one on the chin tonight to Fort Payne as they were shut out tonight. I believe the final was 21-0. Yes, indeed it was. In Class 4A, Montgomery Catholic, your number 1 team in Class 4A. We do have several schools in the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show listening area in the top 10 when it comes to Class 4A. We've got Anniston came in ranked number 5 in Class 4A. Jacksonville number 6. Priceville came in ranked number 7. And Cherokee County started the night ranked number 9 in Class 4A. In Class 3A, Piedmont holding down the number 1 spot. Mars Hill Bible, number 2, and Mars Hill Bible, of course, going on the road tonight. They come out victorious over Russellville, 31-30. Those are the only team, that Mars Hill Bible, the only team in the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show area in the top 10. In Class 2A, the Fife Red Devils, no surprise there. They are holding down the number 1 spot, and Fife, no problems tonight. The number 1 team in Class 2A, a winner 56-13 over Plainview. Pisgah started the night ranked number 4 in Class 2A. And let's see here. How did Pisgah come out? They fall to Sylvania tonight, 34-7 in that one. And then in Class 1A, Valleyhead comes in ranked number 6 in Class 1A. That is your top 10 rankings for the Alabama Sports Writers. So just kind of giving an update of where some of the teams stand in the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show listening area. Hi, 256-576-4977. That is the number to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. If you're out to a game or if you got a final, feel free to give us a call. We're going to be with you until 11 o'clock tonight here on our trio of stations all across North Alabama. Let's see if we've got any more finals that we have we added any more final scores? What do we have that's kind of come across? What's some of the latest finals that we have coming across for you here? Let's see what we have Still waiting on that Huntsville-May Jemison score. That one has got to be a final here in just a little bit. We're going to make sure we can keep an eye on that one. Southside Gaston over Boaz tonight. That one has gone final. That is a Southside Gaston win, 41-20, the final there. DAR over Clements tonight, 34-24. That is the final. Southeastern and Crossville still trying to find out that one. Our scoreboard staff working on that one as well. Hoax Bluff over White Plains. That one has gone final. Hoax Bluff gets a win over White Plains, 30-16. All right, Westminster Christian Academy. That one was a long drive for that one. Are we sure on that one? Wow, what a final there. That was why that one was taking forever to complete. Folks, there was 139 points combined in that one. Central Florence gets a win over Westminster Christian Academy, 70-69. I do got a final over Huntsville and May Jemison, so it is a happy homecoming for the Huntsville Crimson Panthers. They shut out May Jemison tonight, 54-0. That is an impressive win for some. I'm still amazed by that Central Florence score, 70-69. Anniston, they get a win over Piedmont tonight, 30-28. Phillips and Brilliant, kind of keep an eye on that one, as well as Tharptown and Cherokee Valley and Eider Head, New Hope and Decatur Heritage. I know those should be about ready to go final. All right, it's 10:18 here on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. We're going to track some of those final scores for you. The show's presented by Woody Anderson Ford. We need to take a quick pit stop.
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed a 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan Spartman. Hope to see you soon.
The Trash Pandas are back and better than ever. Single game tickets for the 2022 Trash Pandas season are on sale now. This season's promotions include all new giveaway items, specialty jerseys, holiday games, and fireworks all season long. Reserve your seat now while you still can at TrashPandasBaseball.com.
Let's rock it.
Not looking or feeling your best? No energy for the things you like to do? Ready to look and feel younger? Make your appointment at Advanced Life Clinic, one of the region's foremost destinations for patients interested in looking and feeling their best. Specializing in advanced laser treatments and weight loss, male and female rejuvenation to offset the effects of aging, and more. See how Advanced Life Clinic can help you enjoy your life again. Call 256-882-6555 or log on at advancedlifeclinic.com.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Waiting was such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At the Huntsville Men's Clinic, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationship, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you lose it. At the Huntsville Men's Clinic, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform without the anxiety that so many men experience. In fact, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. We only treat ED and low T at the Huntsville Men's Clinic, and we've successfully treated many men with protocols that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. We also have the full complement of treatments, including acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you'll get a medical consultation, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call today, 256-368-0333. That's 256-368-0333, or go to HuntsvilleMen'sClinic.com.
From the Nick Saban Show.
We talk about finishing. That's like the number one word.
To Alabama football.
Touchdown, Alabama!
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Hi, welcome back to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. What a night it was. What a night it's been. And what a night will be for high school football. We're at week 5, so the state says. We're on week 6 on our calendar. But anyway, what a night for high school football. Welcome in. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone in Huntsville. Thank you for tuning in. 100.1 WFM, WLAY in Florence, Muscle Shoals, and 105.9 WKLS in Gadsden and Anniston. We appreciate you for tuning in on this beautiful Friday night as we have got high school football all across the Tennessee Valley. And what a night it was for Decatur. What a game, I should say, it was for New Hope and Decatur Heritage. Decatur Heritage and New Hope would come down. They would take the lead late. Under 2 minutes left, New Hope would come down, and head coach Tyler Johnson in his first season as Indians head coach, Nikita Stover, the former Alabama standout leading Decatur Heritage. New Hope comes down, just under 2 minutes left. They take the lead. Decatur Heritage drives down, has a shot with a 45-yard field goal to grab the win, and it comes up short. So New Hope victorious tonight over Decatur Heritage, 48-47. Some more scores for you. Tonight it is Huntsville. They are victorious on homecoming for the Crimson Panthers. They get a win tonight, 54-0. Florence celebrating a win tonight over Minor, 35-16. Austin celebrating a win tonight over Gardendale, 17-10. Hillcrest Tuscaloosa over Gaston City, 45-19. Guntersville over Buckhorn, 52-21. Muscle Shoals over James Clemens, 38-10. It's Coleman over Mortimer Jordan, 26-24. Tanner all over Columbia tonight, 66-0. How about this one? Hartzell and Oxford. Hartzell making that trip to Oxford. And this one was interesting because, believe it or not, at the end of the first quarter, Hartzell trailed Oxford 10-7. And then after that, it was all Hartzell. They would lead at the half, 31-21. They would lead after the third quarter, 34-21. And then they poured on in the fourth. They go on to win 62-21. And Hartzell's looking every bit as I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. But that Hartzell-Muscle Shoals contest, that is going to be fantastic football. It is year in and year out, but we got to wait a little bit for it. How much? Next week. Next week, we get Hartzell and Muscle Shoals. If that is not everybody's game of the week next week, I don't know a lot about high school football, really, because, that's going to be a top 10 Class 6A showdown. Right now, it would be 6th-ranked Hartzell, 9th-ranked Muscle Shoals coming up next week. That is going to be a fantastic contest. Coleman over Mortimer Jordan, 26-24. We mentioned that one. West Point and Douglas. Douglas getting a win tonight. The Douglas Bulldogs get a win tonight. Let's see here. Douglas. Let's go there. The Douglas Eagles, they soar. That is the third win for Douglas. They improved to 3-2 on the year with that win. So congratulations to Douglas. They get that win over West Point. Now up next for Douglas will be Sardis, and they haven't fared too well against Sardis. That'll be next week. Back into region play for Douglas. 4 straight region games. Sardis, Crossville, Scottsboro, and Boaz for Douglas. Mars Hill Bible in Russellville. Mars Hill Bible, a 1-point winner over Russellville. It's Lawrence County and Hanceville. Lawrence County in overtime knocks off Hanceville 17-14. West Limestone over East Limestone. Congratulations there. West Limestone getting a win over East 31-7. That is the final score there. We look inside this one. West Limestone improves to 3-2, 4-2 on the year with the win. And going into this one, going into tonight, this series was deadlocked at 25 apiece. 25 wins for East, 25 wins for West. Now, West has the advantage in the series, 26-25. Sardis over Brewer, 12-7. It was Priceville and Scottsboro, 28-21. Priceville gets a win there. Southside Gaston over Boaz, 41-20. Ardmore over Elkmont, 42-0. Fort Payne over Arab, 21-0. Aniana over Springville, 53-22. It was Central Clay County over Alexandria, 21-7. DAR over Clements, 34-24. It was Central Florence and Westminster Christian Academy. This was an arena score, 70-69. Deshler getting a late Hail Mary to win this one. A late Hail Mary, that's what a Hail Mary is. 36-33 over Cobra County. Cherokee County over Munford, 56-26. Jacksonville over Ohatchee, 35-6. Phil Campbell over Carbon Hill, 28-0. Locust Fork over Susan Moore, 35-14. Weaver over Asbury, 46-8. Fife over Piedmont, 56-14. Madison Academy over Madison County, 42-20. That was a game our friends on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, Zone 2, heard this evening. So Madison Academy, a 42-20 winner. It was Cold Springs over Shoals Christian, 48-20. South Pittsburgh over North Jackson, 42-19. Collinsville over Gaston, 47-6. J.B. Pennington over Cleveland, 6-0. Woodville over Brindley Mountain, 46-6. New Hope over Decatur Heritage, 48-47. Remember, we talked about that one, and that one was Decatur Heritage had a chance to win. on a 45-yard field goal, and it does come up a little bit short. Spring Garden over Cedar Bluff, 41-12. It was Anniston over Piedmont, 30-28. Sylvania over Pisgah, 34-7. Victory Christian over Galesville, 19-16. Curry over Vina, 54-16. Phil Campbell over Carbon Hill, 28-0. Locust Fork over Susan Moore, 35-14. So those are the finals that we have for you here tonight on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. This week, remember, we're out of region play. Next week, we get back into region play here on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. And it's going to be interesting then, because that is where we really start to get into playoff positioning, playoff spots up for grabs. So we'll have to see how that all comes out once we get into next week. But anyway, 256-576-4977. You can join the fun. You can join all of the program this evening here on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show, presented by one Woody Anderson Ford. And I'm sure we'll get some coaches hopefully here in just a few minutes. We got to reach out to a bunch of them as well, because that's the best part of this program on Friday nights, is when we're able to reach out and get a hold of some of these victorious coaches around the North Alabama area. Some of the big games that we were kind of watching, some of the fun ones tonight that we did keep an eye on. That Muscle Shoals James Clemens game, simply because Muscle Shoals has played so well and they've looked so good. They got that win tonight over James Clemens, 38-10. Coleman nips Mortimer Jordan 26-24, and it was Tanner over Columbia 66-0. We mentioned that Hartselle game, 66-21. Hartselle with the win there. Douglas over that West Point, 49-21. Mars Hill Bible over Russellville, 31-30. Lawrence County over Hansville, 17-14. That one coming in overtime. West Limestone over East Limestone, 31-7. And Shelby Davis and company, we mentioned how fun that one was, because now West Limestone leads that series 26-25. It was deadlocked coming in at 25 apiece. All right, let's go out there. And his team has a Hail Mary pass to win the ball game. At least that's how it was explained to us, and our friends over in the Shoals got to hear that game. But Deshler, a 36-33 win over Cobra County tonight, and Patrick Malone, the head coach of the Tigers, joining us. Coach, congratulations on this one. A thrilling win.
It was. I appreciate it. Very proud of our kids for fighting through all the way to the end.
Well, Coach, take us through the how this one, how it all ended.
Well, I mean, first off, you got to see if you had the Cobra County and Coach Hannah. I mean, they led the whole ball game up until 1 second left. We were able to get a stop with about 23 seconds left. We got the ball back. They ended up taking a safety. We got the ball back probably on their 48. Were able to make some plays, and we had the ball on the 29 going in with 1 second left. Play that we worked on. Coach Coates does a great job with our 2-minute deal. We threw a ball, kind of a back shoulder fade. Guy made a great play. Defender was all over him. Made a great play, and that kind of just ended it.
And you mentioned you work on it. I mean, do you guys have a bunch of those plays for instances like that?
Well, we go into it and we say, all right, what's the best matchup we have? What's the scenario? Where can we go with the football? We do. And I credit a lot of that to our offensive staff. They scheme that up. They spend a lot of time in situations just for that. So very proud of our entire coaching staff and our kids for executing.
Well, Coach Patrick Malone, Deshler Tigers, they're victorious tonight. Coach, it was an out-of-region game. Now you look at the rest of the schedule, and they all mean a little bit more here on out. You've managed to rattle off now 6 straight wins to start the year, but it's all back on region play for the next 4 weeks.
Absolutely. We got to get a whole lot better if we're going to be able to compete in this region. We've got a very, very good football team coming in next week in West Morgan. Drew Phillips and his guys, oh, my gosh. I mean, they are loaded at every spot, probably the favorite to win the region. So we've got to get a lot better and quick. So we're going to go back to work here in about 30 minutes, actually. We've got some work to do as a staff before we get going for the weekend. So, again, this is a good rivalry. And so we were kind of expecting the unexpected. Coach Hanna, that's what he and I talked about before the game. Anytime Cobra County and Deshler being talked about, football is good in North Alabama. So a good football game. It was a good high school football game to watch. I wouldn't say it was a good one to coach in on our end, but proud of our kids, proud of how they battled. I mean, they battled, and hats off again to Cobra County. Truly a great game and a very good program in Cobra County.
Well, take a deep breath, relax, like you said, for about 10 minutes, and go to work on West Morgan. Again, Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
All right, Patrick. It was Patrick Malone, head coach of the Deshler Tigers again. They get a win, a walk-off win against Cobra County this evening as they move to 6-0. If you look at the Deshler Tigers, the back half of their schedule does look like this. They do have West Morgan, Coach alluded to it, and then they're home against Central Florence, home against Rogers, and then they are on the road at Brooks to finish up the season. They had that bye week on the 28th of October, but at least three of those last 4 region games, 3 of the 4, all coming home for the Deshler Tigers. All right, is the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. Let's catch up on one other game. Our Huntsville audience on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, they were courtesy of hearing Buckhorn and Guntersville on the Huntsville side. The man that was on the colors of game for that, the color analyst for the game, now joins us on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. Drudy Armand was on that call tonight as Guntersville victorious 52-21. Guntersville coming in looking awfully impressive. They were one of our North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show teams, cracking the top 10 in the rankings this week. They get a win as they're 4th ranked in Class 5A. They looked every bit of it against Buckhorn.
Yeah, they moved to 6-0, Scott. They win 52-21, but I got to give Buckhorn credit. Matt Patterson, he's in his 2nd year. They're battling. They've lost 4 straight since that opening win over Madison County, but they fought. They were down 28-0 nearing the midpoint of the 2nd quarter, and then outscored Guntersville for the better part of a quarter into the middle of the 3rd, 21-3 to get back into the game, 31-21. They were able to, exploit the middle of the Guntersville defensive line a little bit. They went to a zone read concept, and they moved Terrence Robinson, their senior running back, to quarterback and started doing some zone read stuff and some RPOs that hurt Guntersville a little bit. They have a young 10th grade running back, Shamarian Landrum, who probably would, he and Robinson would get the game balls. They really, sparked the football team. They threw a touchdown pass in the 3rd quarter at the end of the 2nd quarter to cut it to 28-14, and then really got a stop at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. It looked like they were going to get the football back and have a chance to potentially cut it to a 1-score game, but they fumbled the punt. And where they lost the game was really they were -4 in the turnover situation, and so you can't turn the ball over 4 times against Guntersville. And as you know, on Talking Ball Live from Cherokee Ridge this morning, we talked to Lance Reese, and he talked about them being a different kind of team this year and being more ground-oriented. And I'm going to tell you what, they got a 3-headed monster in their running game. And Antonio Spurgeon, I would give him the game ball for Guntersville. He really hurt the Bucks with his legs, converted several 3rd downs, and would kind of put the couple nails in the coffin late with some long runs. And they've got an electric sophomore Julian Jordan. He's number 5. He reminds me of Reggie Bush, the way he jump cuts. And then they've got the Lindell White to it too, 26, CJ Gomera. All 3 of those guys kind of sparked this Guntersville running game. Brandon Fusell, their best all-around player, a guy that starts at wide receiver and safety. He had a 19-yard touchdown catch, but Guntersville really didn't need to throw it that much. They controlled the line of scrimmage, did a great job, took advantage of those Buckhorn turnovers. But Buckhorn fought. They just didn't quite have enough as the Wildcats stay undefeated, and certainly both of these teams will get back to region play. Guntersville trying to win that 5A Region 7 title, but they've got a ranked Arab team in their region. And then Buckhorn, they're in 6A Region 8, and they're going to be back in region play against May Jemison next week.
All right, so that is a little bit of the Guntersville Buckhorn game. Guntersville awfully tough. I mean, year in and year out, they are a physical team, no doubt. Again, this year, just as physical.
Mm-hmm. They really are. There's no doubt about it. C.J. Havis, they were middle linebacker. E.J. Havis, pardon me. E.J. Havis had double-digit tackles. He did an outstanding job. He was flying all around. And then they had one of their other, John Michael McCrath, the senior safety, had a big interception. So the 4 turnovers really sparked Guntersville, but you're right. They play with a lot of physicality. They play with a lot of tenacity. And that running game this year for them is going to be tough to deal with. And certainly when you think about October the 14th, Guntersville and Arab, that's going to be a heck of a matchup.
All right, it is 10:41. Let's get a break in here on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. When we come back, the fun is going to continue. Run down some more scores and reach out to more coaches. The North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford.
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan Spartman. Hope to see you soon.
Hey there, folks. Bob Baumhauer here. We're celebrating 40 legendary years here at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. And to kick this off, we're coming in hot with our all-new Alabama Hot Chicken. Fresh southern fried chicken breast smothered in a blend of tangy, immune-boosting herbs and spices with a spicy finish. Served up with a side of homemade smoked Gouda cheese grits, Miss Mary southern greens, and garlic bread. And there's plenty more where that came from. Stop in today and celebrate with us. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Here's something to get your tailgating in gear this football season. Brooks & Collier have the perfect selection of outdoor furniture for your dream backyard and the biggest selection of grills from Big Green Egg, Traeger, Blaze, Memphis, and Montalpi. Football season is grilling season. Lucy and Ivy, they're just waiting on something to fall off the grill. And remember, you could qualify for 12 months deferred interest with Synchrony Bank. Brooks & Collier, 813 Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
Follow the Tide right here. Hi, this is Chris Stewart of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Your home of all things Bama is 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Roll Tide.
Welcome back to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. We are in the fourth quarter of our Week 6 edition. And we go out to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show hotline. His team tonight had to survive a tough one. And, I mean, it was a tough one. New Hope on the road at Decatur Heritage tonight. And Nikita Stover's Decatur Heritage squad nearly coming up victorious. But Tyler Johnson's New Hope squad able to come away a victor tonight. 48-47 the final. And the coach of the victorious New Hope Indians joining us now on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show hotline. Congratulations, Coach.
I appreciate it, Scott. How you doing tonight?
Doing good. Take us through this one. A little nervous moments to close it out.
First off, we started the game down 10-0. Then we fought back, scored 21 unanswered. Went up at the start of the third quarter, 34-17, and they just fought back. Their quarterback over there is really good, and we tried to contain him, but luckily we got some playmakers on our end, too, that were able to make some plays throughout the game, and we were able to pull it out tonight.
Yeah, Decatur Heritage there with a chance to win the game on a 45-yard late field goal. It comes up short, and Coach, what does a win like this do to this program, especially on the back half of the schedule? Kind of gives you guys a little bit of fresh air going into that back half.
It absolutely does. We're about to go in our back half of region schedule. It's really tough. And, that Decatur Heritage team is like us. They're really young. They got a bunch of 8th and 9th graders, 10th graders playing. And our leading rusher tonight was an 8th grader, and leading receiver tonight was a 9th grader. So for us, just having that experience to play a 4-quarter game and having to fight back is, for our young guys, is awesome. And I'm excited about how they're going to continue to develop. And now when we get in those 4th-quarter battles in region play, we know how to handle it.
Yeah, other than those two, kind of let everybody know who kind of stood out tonight.
So the 8th grader I talked about was Zay Drake. He was the leading rusher, ran the ball hard. Leighton Pohl, a freshman for us, he was a receiver, plays DB, had a pick six, had a big kick return, and had some big catches. Then our quarterback, we got a senior quarterback, Wyatt Bolton, that made plays all night with his legs, throwing the ball around as well. And then also Javion Barnes made some plays. And lastly, I'm an O-line guy. You know that, Scott. We got a bunch of young guys in our offensive line. We start 2 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior. And I thought all 5 of those guys really in the last bit really stepped up. We were able to run the ball and get some things going. And with a young bunch, that makes me excited. They're starting to figure that out.
Well, you mentioned the back half of the schedule, Coach. It doesn't get any easier after tonight. Road trip to North Jackson, St. John Paul II, Randolph, and then a road trip to Westminster Christian. That's 4 straight region games coming out of this one. That's a tough stretch for you guys.
It absolutely is. I've kind of peaked North Jackson. They're a big physical team, and they're always traditionally very good. And New Hope's never beat them. We've got them coming over next week, so we've got our plate full next week with them. Against those other teams, and we'll start looking at them later. But North Jackson, we'll have our plate full with them, and try to give them the best shot we can, and try to do something that's never been done in New Hope before.
Well, what's been done tonight is that you get a win, Coach. Congratulations. Enjoy it. Celebrate it. And I'm sure we'll be back to work in the morning.
I appreciate it, Scott, and go Indians.
All right. Tyler Johnson, head coach of the New Hope Indians, joining us on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. Tonight it is our Week 5 edition, or it's our Week 6 edition. It's Week 5 of high school play all across the state of Alabama. That's why tonight's slate a little bit lighter than most nights, because we've had a lot of teams enjoying their bye weeks this week. Next week, pretty much everybody around the state will be back into region play next week. So next week we'll really start to ramp things up. Let's take a dive into some of these scores tonight all across our North Alabama listening audience. It was homecoming for the Crimson Panthers of Huntsville. They are victorious tonight over May Jemison, 54-0. Florence over Minor tonight, 35-16. Austin gets by a pesky Gardendale squad, 17-10. And for head coach Jeremy Perkins and the Black Bears, that is a big one going forward, because now Austin has won 4 straight. They started that streak with a overtime win over Sparkman, and then has since then gone on the road and beaten Florence, on the road to beat Albertville, and then at home to beat Gardendale. Up next for the Austin Black Bears is a home game with the Grissom Tigers, and then they are at James Clemens, at Bob Jones, and then at home against Huntsville to wrap up area play. So head coach Jeremy Perkins, the Austin Black Bears, riding a 4-game win streak now with that win tonight. It is Hillcrest Tuscaloosa over Gadsden City tonight, 45-19. Of course, Hillcrest Tuscaloosa coming into this one ranked number 4 in all of Class 6A. It was Gunnersville over Buckhorn, 52-21. Muscle over James Clemens, 38-10. Coleman gonna nip Mortimer Jordan, 26-24. Tanner blanks Columbia tonight, 66-0. Hartselle over Oxford, 69-21. And as we mentioned in that one, the Hartselle Tigers would trail 10-7 after the first quarter, but would lead 31-21 at the half. They would lead, 31-21. They would lead 34-21 after 3 quarters, and then they go on to win 62-21 over Oxford. Douglas over West Point, 49-21. Mars Hill Bible and Russellville. Mars Hill Bible scores a late touchdown in this one to get a win. Of course, Mars Hill Bible, the second-ranked team in Class 3A, they get that come-from-behind win over Russellville. We have an overtime game, Lawrence County and Hansville. Lawrence County gets the win in overtime, 17-14. The Battle of Limestone County, West Limestone, East Limestone. Shelby Davis and company go on to get the best of East Limestone, 31-17. They now lead that all-time series, 26-25. Sardis over Brewer, 12-7. Priceville, this one was entertaining. Priceville and Scottsboro meeting this evening, and congratulations to the Priceville Bulldogs. They come away victorious tonight in this one, 28-21. It was Southside Gaston over Boaz, 41-20. Ardmore blanks Elkmont, 42-0. Fort Payne over Arab, 21-0. Haniana over Springville, 53-22. Central of Clay County over Alexandria, 21-7. Madison Academy over Madison County, 42-20. Clements and DAR. DAR was trailing for a little bit of this one, and then they go on a late run to pull away, 34-24. In a game that is just unbelievable this evening, Central Florence over Westminster Christian Academy. Folks, listen to this one. 139 combined points. 70-69. Central Florence over Westminster Christian Academy. I would hate to be keeping the stats on that one. Deshler over Cobra County, 36-33. We heard Patrick Malone on that. We heard how that one ended. Cherokee County over Munford, 56-26. Jacksonville over Ohatchee, 35-6. Phil Campbell over Carbon Hill, 28-0. Locust Fork over Susan Moore, 35-14. Weaver gets the win over Asbury, 46-8. Fife, no problems tonight with Plainview, 56-13. You look at the Fife Red Devils and Paul Benefield, the number 1 ranked team in all of Class 2A. And if you look at the Fife Red Devils schedule on what's coming up, I don't anticipate too much down the stretch. Collinsville is up next week. For them, it's back to region play, 4 straight region games for Paul Benefield and company. It'll be a home against Collinsville, at Sandrock, at Pisgah. And then they're going to finish it up the region-wise with a home game against Eider, and they'll finish up the regular season on the 28th of October with a home game against Sylvania. Of course, all-time against Collinsville, Fife leads that series 43-18-1. Hoax Bluff over White Plains, 30-16. Glencoe over Holly Pond, 54-20. It's Walter Welburn over Talladega, 48-28. Sachs over BB Comer, 28-0. Sheffield over Waterloo, 43-14. Lexington over Lauderdale County, 14-13. That one was a fantastic ball game. The Hatton Hornets, they get a big win tonight over East Lawrence, 50-7. And if you look at how well the Hatton Hornets have been playing this year, they are now 3-4-1 on the year. Their only loss comes to Falkville, 21-6. They've gotten 52-0 win over Tharptown this year, a 57 win over East Lawrence, a 54-14 win over Columbia. Now, albeit all three of those teams not posing much of a challenge this year, but the good news is they come in 1-1 in region play next week on the road at Tanner. So that is a big one for the Hatton Hornets next week. They'll be at home on the 7th of October against Sheffield at Lexington, and then they'll wrap up region play with a home game with Red Bay. So some important games for the Hatton Hornets and head coach Denton Bowling. Westbrook Christian over Section, 59-6. West End over Sandrock, 44-21. It's Collinsville over Gaston, 47-6. JB Pennington over Cleveland, 6-0. Woodville over Brindley Mountain, 46-6. New Hope, again, one better than Decatur Heritage, 48-47. Spring Garden over Cedar Bluff, 41-12. Anniston over Piedmont, 30-28. Sylvania over Pisgah, 34-7. Victory Christian over Galesville, 19-16. Curry over Vina, 54-16. Cold Springs over Shoals Christian, 48-20. And finally, South Pittsburgh gets the best of North Jackson, 42-19. Folks, that's going to do it. That's our Week 6 edition of the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. Thanks WKLS 105.9 in Gaston and Anniston, FM WLAY Florence Muscle Shoals 100.1, and our friends in Huntsville on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be back at it next week. We're back in region play on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show.
You know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in and trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
At Bryant Bank, we believe your goals are worth chasing, and every step along the way is worth celebrating. From your hopes for the future to the challenges that keep you up at night, we're here for you. Bryant Bankers put care into action to help you live legendary by stepping up when you need us most and doing what's right even when no one is watching. Come experience a local bank whose people greet you by name and treat you like family. Bryant Bank, member FDIC.
The Drive.
You know, both those guys have done a good job in what we've asked them to do, and both of them have developed nicely, and both of them have consistently made plays.
Wes and Steve.
Their decision-making, their judgment, their ability not to force things and take what the defense gives and distribute the ball with good decision-making, down in, down out, is, you know, probably the only thing that's going to be any different about them because it's not physical.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The two schools over time is what really made this matchup interesting to me. As I noted in our open, there was a time in Calhoun County where you couldn't even imagine that these two teams could have even played. It would have been an incredible mismatch. Well, that's not the case anymore with how the demographics of the area have changed. And, these two teams had only met 4 times before last night, the last meeting 1948. So it was a very special evening at the Field of Champions, and the game turned out to be pretty special too.
And, of course, you got to see a record-setting quarterback in action last night too, right?
Yeah, Jack Hayes, he's incredible, and Aniston really seemed to have him under wraps that entire first half. He didn't really could never really get anything going, but you just knew in the back of your mind that it wasn't going to stay that way for the full 4 quarters. And then, of course, he got the hot hand there in the 4th quarter and had those 3 touchdown passes that turned a 30-7 game into a 30-28 game, just like that. So it was a fun game for sure. And Jack Hayes made it that way with the way he performed in that 4th quarter.
Aniston's defense able to hold on there in the 4th quarter. So, what was the key to that? I mean, when you're up 30-7 and then you give up 3 touchdowns that way, sometimes you can go sideways real fast.
Yeah, and we talked to Rico White after the game, and you have to kind of understand Aniston's position here. Piedmont was in a situation where they were down 30-7. They had nothing to lose, so it was easy for them to trot out there on offense and Jack Hayes just to start slinging it. For Aniston, when you're up that much on the road against a program like Piedmont at their stadium, you almost kind of pull back and you start playing maybe not to lose instead of playing to win. And I think that kind of got Aniston a little bit. I think it opened the door just a bit for Piedmont to get back in the game. And Aniston was able to hold on, but Aniston got a little conservative there in that 4th quarter, and Piedmont's defense got after him and got some 3 and outs and got the ball back to Piedmont. So it definitely was an interesting game but I do think Aniston kind of got a little bit conservative there in that second half.
Both of these teams obviously are going to be considered among the contenders in their respective classifications. Piedmont obviously a number 1 there. So how do these teams look moving forward?
Well, I think we'll know a lot. Let's start with Aniston. We're going to know a lot more after next week. We almost have to kind of, wait another week. I think Aniston, we're kind of got 3 phases to evaluating them. The first big test for them was the Jacksonville game. That was a game they could have lost, but they had a big 4th quarter, came back and won. Next test for them, I think, was last night, even though it wasn't a region game, still going to play at Piedmont. Clearly a big test. They passed that one. I think they got another one next week with Hanley. I think we'll know a lot more about Aniston in that region after next Friday. Meanwhile, Piedmont, I think they're the cream of the crop in their region. I think with Jack Hayes, and I think Piedmont is going to continue to improve. I think they've got a lot of young kids. If you watched the game last night, some of the big throws in that second half and in that 4th quarter were to a 9th grader. So I think Piedmont's got some more growing up and some improving to do. I think they'll be much, much better come playoff time. So I think both of them have a lot of room to grow here in a high ceiling as the season gets on into the toward the end of the regular season.
Certainly a fun game, and we'll look forward to more coming down the road. Mickey Shadrack's joining us from the AHSAA TV network, WOTM Game of the Week. Aniston over Piedmont, 30-28. Mickey, thank you so much for the time. We'll catch up with you next week.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Mickey. Now let's get the scores on the fours. Presented by Wickedly Delicious Wickles Pickles. Luke, 2A.
Let's go with the 2A top 10. Stop me if you've heard it before. Fife in a rout. They went defeat Plainview this time, 56-13. It was number 2 Highland Home 28 and Brantley 27. Number 3 Ayrton, they get a win over Strawn 28-14. Number 4 Pisgah, they lose till Sylvania 34-7. Number 5 Aliceville 42, Central Tuscaloosa